Welcome to another episode. Is it even episodic? I don't know. It's just a weird ass video series that I do called Around the Bar. This is the first time that you guys have ever seen one of these videos. I'm kind of butchering this intro, so I apologize for that. Basically, it's a series where I sit down and kind of ramble to myself, but it's as if I was talking to you, the person watching this video, at a bar together, a hypothetical bar. We both have drinks, and we talk about whatever it is to talk about, whatever there is to talk about. And today, I'm drinking coffee, so I think I've done a pretty bad job of drinking alcohol on this series as of late, especially in this setup, like in this particular living room. I think I've done like 4 around the bars, and all but one of them I was drinking something that wasn't alcoholic, didn't have alcohol in it. Kind of getting off topic with that. So yeah, drinking water. I know the Deserto guys kind of made fun of me. They're like, and you around the bar videos, you never have alcohol, mate. You're always drinking some fucking woman shit. That's what they always say. And I'm like, sorry. I didn't know you guys watch my videos like that. So yeah, back from Seattle. First of all, Seattle is this is the first Around the Bar video with this setup, with the camcorder. So if you guys haven't, obviously been uploading a bunch of random stuff lately. So I'm sure you guys haven't even, not all you guys have seen my videos since this new setup or any of my streams. So yeah, found a way to hook up a camcorder, so I have to look all the way up here now instead of right above my above my monitor. I should probably move this too. This little webcam always kind of like, I always look up at the webcam instead of at the camcorder, and it kind of like messes up a lot of my recordings. But anyway, I hope it looks better. I think it gets 1080 60 frames per second, whereas the camcorder, or as the webcam that I was using was only getting like 30 frames per second. So I don't know. I think I hope it looks better, and I hope it makes streams a little bit better. I guess just before we get into the juicy stuff, just to breeze through some stuff. Last week I uploaded a shit ton, and it was a lot of fun. I got addicted to it, and I'm still addicted to it. I haven't uploaded I think in a day or 2 days because of this weekend, but I really want to get back on the grind, which starts with this video. Hoping I can upload twice today, the day that you're watching this, and then hop back on with the gameplay videos. I do need to finish up the BioShock Infinite highlight videos. If anybody's still interested, I just the 5-day break where I had to fly away from the setup and go up to Seattle kind of hurt, banging out videos. So that kind of sucked, but hopefully, now that I'm back, I can just grind away. Seattle, man, beautiful city. I only, I didn't really get a chance. Not that I didn't get a chance to explore. Let's wipe away that way of saying the sentence. I did not explore the city as much as I'd liked. Walked around, I think, the first day with Hex a little bit, and other than that, didn't really see any of Seattle. But just the environment that we were around was pretty dope. There's a lot of cool like coffee shops and stuff, and the weather was nice, and there's two gigantic ass stadiums right beside each other, and that was kind of cool. Um, you know, George actually, because George went down there to manage the COD team, and I actually have a little bit of a video that I've made about that, just like going going around to Target or whatever and getting George all the stuff he needs to manage the COD team. And I was gonna make a whole video about that, but then the COD team decided to speed up the process of what usually is a tournament. Usually Friday I go shoot and then I chill all day Saturday because they play their last pool play match late in the day. Then they win. Then they're out of pool play in first, and they play one round, and then my Saturday is done. So that's what I was planning on, because that's what it's been like for the past 3 years. But then they were like, "Nah, screw it. Let's go out in losers," and so I had to stop all of my personal stuff and snap right into vision mode fairly fast. So have a little bit of a video ready for that. It might be I don't know. I have to remember exactly what all I have in there. And then that's pretty much it. That's besides talking about the actual event. Didn't really do much in Seattle, and just kind of hung out with George, and Aaron was sick. It was just a weird ass event, especially for me personally. And if you just also the event just in general was outrageous, man. I mean, FaZe, Rise, OpTic, and LG all went straight from pool play into losers bracket. That is outrageous. Like, that's so crazy. I think 3 open bracket teams were in winners semifinals. So 3 out of the 4 winners semifinal teams were open bracket teams. And if you think back, if all my facts are correct, because I haven't like researched this or whatever, but I think the only team prior to this event to do that was E6, and I think they did it twice. They did it once in IW, once in AW. Possibly the FaZe team at the beginning of this year. I'm not sure. But they made it far as hell from the open bracket, and they were just praised so highly. Like E6 is the only team to ever do this. Watch out for them. And they've done it twice. They did it that one time in AW and then one time in IW. And then this tournament, 3 teams did what E6 was praised so highly for, which is get out of open, get out of pools, and make it to winter semis. That is, and I could be, some of my facts could be wrong there, but I think I'm fairly correct. And that is insane, man. That is the odds of, I mean, I don't even know how that happens. Like, I guess it has a lot to do with the patch that just happened, and also like people get so comfortable playing each other and the different, play like in the LAN league and then the playoffs, they get so comfortable playing the same teams that then these other teams come in and screw it all up. You got Lightning Pandas with royalty dropping like 60 kills or some shit. Like, how are you supposed to even like combat that? I don't know. It's just it was a weird ass event just in general. So OpTic, man, there have been like 2 times, I guess, in the history of shooting this team where I was like, man, this is probably the worst it's ever been. And both times they made it, they made it out of that. But this time it was, I've never seen that team like this. It's kind of like sad. I was more sad than anything. Not only just hanging out with them, but just watching them play and then definitely, seeing just how they reacted to losing, and it just seems like something's missing, man, and it's definitely not skill, it's definitely not skill between all four of them. And it's not even I don't think I see a lot of people just jumping to a lot of people on like Reddit and Twitter and stuff just jumping to blame Scump. Wow, my entire computer just jumping to blame Scump, and I don't think this is any one person's fault. The way that what all has come about. Obviously, uh, obviously, I'm trying to figure out to phrase all this stuff, but obviously, everybody, like, nobody was perfect in this situation. Let's just say that, between all four of them. And and it's crazy because on top of all the stuff that they have going on internally, there's all this external shit that's going on and has been going on for a really long time. And they just have it just seems like there's a lot more pressure on these players, and to the point where now they have to practice, and they also have like managers, like people managing them, and they have like agents that are like, and lawyers, and then they have conflicts in game, and conflicts within teams, and then they have to worry about these new patches that are happening on the game, and whether, like, how they're going to practice for them. And then they just choked, in the last event. They probably just had the biggest choke in COD esports history, and they just have all this shit going on. That's got to put a tremendous amount of pressure on all of them. And I think they just kind of cracked, from what it looked like, from where I'm standing, from where I'm shooting, from just hanging out with those guys and just seeing them. It just seems like it just got to a point where they were just like, that's it, man. Like, especially for this tournament, it just seemed, man, I don't even know. I talked to Teep beforehand, and I was like, so what exactly am I about to shoot? Like, what's about to happen? And he was like, I mean, I don't know. They scrimmed once, and that was it. And I was like, oh my God. So I think it's deeper. It's deeper than one person not doing something. I think it's it's all been building for 3 years, and it hasn't been it hasn't been a conflict between two people. It hasn't been a conflict between all four of them. I think it's just the pressure of, we have to win with this team. Anything other than first is unacceptable. We're the best four players of all time. Karma 3 rings, Scump the king, and then Formal the fucking multi FPS god, and Krem6 the most tournament wins of any Call of Duty player, and you have them all in the same team. Oh man, all of those guys on the same team, and it's just this is bound to happen. It's been crazy, man. I don't know. I have zero inside scoop on if they're making changes. I've who's getting picked up, who's dropping, who's leaving the org. I don't know anything. All I know is that it hasn't been it hasn't been pretty for a while now. Not only just with the four players, but just their mindset about everything, about not only OpTic or the new changes within OpTic, but also about COD esports, and about World War II, and how bad of a game it was competitively, and still kind of is. And then on top of that, these Black Ops 4 rumors that are going out. It's just like, holy shit! Like, is there any positive light right now going on with Call of Duty and with OpTic and anything. Like, just throw me a bone, Activision. Just that's what it seems like. All in all, CWL Seattle was the weirdest event I've ever shot. Not only from a competitive standpoint, but just in general. I was done on Saturday. I haven't been done on Saturday in how years? Like, I don't even know if I was done. What was it? UMG South Carolina? Was I even done on Saturday then? I don't know. I don't remember. I can't remember the last time I, didn't do anything on a Sunday. That's weird. And then, on top of all this, I feel like, even with, I get bits and pieces of intel or whatever from different people, maybe some from Hex, maybe some from Krem, maybe some from Scump. But nobody's really like telling me anything this time. And that's why I feel like it's weirder than ever. It's because for a really long time, everything was like based around, Hex organizing it all, or the players would go to Hex and then Hex would come to me and say, yo, this is what we're doing, we should do this for Vision, this is how we should announce it or whatever. And now everybody's like kind of like distant, I guess. It's like I don't know what they're telling Hex. I don't know what all Hex knows and is like sharing with me. Like, it's not like there's distrust. It's just kind of like, I don't think people know. I think it's just confusion. Like, Scump like told me something, and it wasn't like intel or anything. It was just like something that might have happened. And he like, I felt like he was like standoffish of like even telling me about it. And it turns out I had already known, but I was just like, I don't know. It definitely feels weirder this time. It feels like people are being a little bit more distant, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, I'm just telling you guys that I have no idea what the fuck is about to happen. Yeah, it's blah, right? It's weird. And then on top of this, Kenny apparently got dropped from the Gears team. That sucks. That sucks like crazy. Like it's weird because in the past like month, the past 2 months, we've had like 4 people leave the OpTic Scuff House chat, and it's weird because like that's the Scuff House, like TJ was in there, Snakebite was in there, Kenny was in there, Krem was in there. He left it, but I think he just left it because we were talking too much. And it's like, I don't know, shit is weird. It's just weird to see. It's weird to see the list of people that were in OpTic and people that I was really close to, and doing like working with and doing content with, and then like post December, just seems like all those people are gone. I mean, not all those people, but there's a big difference, and it's weird, man. I mean, who knows? Like, in all seriousness, like, I have no idea what is about to happen, and I don't know how I'm gonna react from that. I don't know anything about contracts or whatnot, but from what there's mystery guy on Reddit is saying, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, on Reddit, on the COD competitive Reddit, there's this dude, and it says intel on OG, The guy's name is Cod Burner 2018 Mania. So it's a burner account. And he is just listing out all this shit about OpTic. He's saying OG didn't practice before the event because they knew they were dropping Karma and didn't care about this event. That is not true. I can attest to that not being true. Seth and one teammate are a team of two and will leave to a different org. They might ask Formal to join them, but they don't like him at all and would only do it if they can get gunless. Karma knew they wanted to drop him, so he wasn't able to sleep since Thursday night when he was told. The other org talked to them since Atlanta and was at Birmingham and Seattle. Everyone at the Embassy Suites Hotel saw them there and around places late last night and the whole weekend. It's some filthy rich guy that Attach knows, and the players were always going places with him late night. At the LAN, they would act like they didn't know each other and even walk by each other, but everyone at the hotel and restaurants knows they acted differently. Hex came in on Friday and Sunday from Vegas to talk to the team, but they didn't let him because he can't help them anymore since he's sold OG to Infinite. The other org gave them a huge deal, and they want it because OG has not been paying them since the start of the year. So that's the full thing that this guy said. A lot of it that, from what I know, is either not true or like over exaggerated. But and a lot of it I have absolutely no idea about. So like I don't know, like Seth and one other dude are leaving for a different org. Like I don't know. I have no idea. But that's all super crazy. First of all, I know Damon slept. I don't know. Like this guy has some like Call of Duty intel, and then he has some like why do you know that? Like he's like, yeah, Seth and one other person are leaving to go to a different org to compete in competitive Call of Duty. Also, side note, Damon hasn't slept since Thursday. Bro, like what? You know what I mean? So I guess reading all this, like, because I'm getting information from this mystery guy. I don't know what I would do if the COD team. I mean, regardless of whatever I would do, let's put that aside for now. If this team, does break up, that's crazy, dude. Like, that's like saying that's an end of an era, like doesn't even like do it justice. Like Nade Shot leaving, that was end of an era. And compare what this team has done, like in comparison to what this team minus Karma plus Nade Shot did. Like they only played, they played up for a little bit. And they had some tournament wins. They made some magic happen, but then they pick up Damon and they go through, probably the best story, like the best story you could have ever captured, just 2 years of just relentless grinding and being untouchable and being the peak of competitive Call of Duty and how good you can be at this game, and then plummeting and going through the hardest of times, going through it as a team, like always arguing, not even knowing if you can stick it out as a team, looking for other options. And then instead of changing teams, you just power through that and you find a way to work together as a team again, and then you end up winning champs. Like, sheesh, like it was fun, man. Like, holy like if this team breaks up, like obviously nothing lasts forever, but if this team breaks up, like, it's gonna be so crazy. And I've said it before, like, I think one of the biggest things that could help competitive Call of Duty is if this team breaks up, because, you know, it's so comfortable right now. OpTic fans are so comfortable. It's, you know, and Call of Duty fans are so comfortable. Either you're with OpTic or you're basically against them. There's not a lot of like on the fence OpTic fans. It's either you're an OpTic fan or you want to see OpTic lose every single game. And I think that's a good thing, because that's the majority of, you know, of competitive Call of Duty fans, or one or the other. So I think everyone is comfortable in where they are. Oh, I can't stand Formal. He's cocky as hell. I want to see OpTic lose everything, says FaZe Fan 26. Next event, Formal's on FaZe. Oh shit. Now I'm a FaZe fan with Formal on my side. I'm happy as hell. Now FaZe versus OpTic. Scump versus Formal. You know how many people would watch that shit? Like, I do think that it, you know, I've said it many times that it would benefit Call of Duty as a whole so much if this team broke up. You know, it would shake everything up. But that being said, like I joined OpTic, you know, and kind of have the backbone of my entire career has been like based off these four. Like, obviously I've done some stuff with past CS teams and past, you know, Gears rosters, you know, within OpTic, and the Halo teams within OpTic, and like those have been really fun and really fun runs, and even like content. But at the end of the day, you know, what got me, you know, some of the most, you know, what were some of the most exciting moments of my life were putting out these, you know, mini documentaries about these four players. It's without 100%, without a doubt, I would never have gotten that trophy, and that award. I would have never gotten that award without, you know, without these four players. So it's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna take some reflecting, and and I guess I'm not trying to be too dramatic about it, but I'm definitely gonna reminisce really hard. I'll probably put out one of those videos, like a looking back, and you know, seeing all the dope times and the crazy stuff that's happened with these four. You know, and also, like I said, I don't know shit. So these guys could just stick it through again and win champs again. Who knows? But I think now more than ever, it's definitely the lowest point. It's the lowest I've ever seen these guys. And it sucks, man. It sucks that I hate not seeing them happy, because all four of those guys, when they're happy, they're, you know, just super cool guys and super down to earth and hilarious. All four of them can be hilarious, but I haven't seen that in a while, man. So whatever makes those four guys like the happiest they could be, and I hope that happens. I hope nobody gets screwed over. I hope nobody gets taken advantage of, or or strung along. You know, a lot of grimy stuff can happen just in business stuff like that. And I hope none of that happens. I hope nothing happens at the end of this saga, I guess, that tarnishes what it was and how amazing it was. Not only in Call of Duty, but in esports, man. Like, these guys are the second longest lasting esports team ever. You know, that's a feat, right there. That's a big deal. And, you know, then you tack on a world championship and countless other championships on top of that. And it's just wild. I mean, these guys went up and accepted esports team of the year or whatnot. Like, you know, they've all won different like awards, like individually within that. Like, didn't Formal or Lethal or somebody won like a Bud Light tournament or some shit, and then like Seth won the esports awards the year before I went, and then I go the next year, and then we win team of the year, and then Formal wins 2 different awards, and then Nick gets up there and Drunk accepts, and then, you know, I win, and it's all been based around these 4 guys, man. Like, it's been crazy, and it's, regardless of whatever happens, man, it's been such a blessing to be able to work with these guys and get to know them as people and as roommates and as, you know, co-workers and as players. Oh man, it's been fun. Also, who the hell is this COD burner guy? Somebody figure this out. Somebody. The crazy part is the way that I knew, or how I found out about this, is somebody tweeted me and said, "It's 100% you, isn't it?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? What's me?" They're like, "You're the account." I was like, "What account?" I don't know, man. Seattle was weird. Seattle was weird. I slept like all day on Sunday. I don't know. Seattle was weird. Right now, Call of Duty is weird. OpTic is weird. I've always been weird, so I just fit the mold right now. But I don't know. It's just all confusing right now, and I wanted to figure out a way to end this like lighthearted, like, oh, this has been around the bar, you know, just keep your head up, guys, and keep grinding on, trust the process. Like, I wanted to say all of that, but fuck. Just whatever you're drinking, just finish it. I'm gonna go refresh this Reddit thread a couple more times. Maybe check Twitter a few more 100 times tonight. See if I can learn anything else. But until then, buckle up, Greenwall. Hopefully it passes, but it might not. But that's gonna do it. Sorry, this is a little bit of I wouldn't say depressing one, but it's definitely not happy. That's going to do it. I can't wait to get back to uploading. You don't have to subscribe, but please just don't unsubscribe. You don't have to like the video. Just do not dislike it, please. My name is Hitch. We'll see you next time. Peace.